Miladin and Shannon Boyle presenting for Recovery Resources.
Right.
Recovery Resources is presenting the artwork of their clientele who are working to recover from mental illness and substance abuse and are using art to help in their recovery.
So Recovery Resources is not a repo agency. Oh, what was that? Yeah, sure. I'll tell my joke again. Recovery Resources is not someplace that will help you recover your files if they're destroyed by a virus either. We are a community behavioral health center with the mission of helping people triumph over mental illness, alcoholism, drugs, and other addictions. We were founded in around the 60s when a lot of the state mental hospitals closed with the advent of modern psychiatric medication, and people were let out of the hospitals and came to places like us to receive support in the community. This is our Chester Avenue office, notable for the sculptures by Rabbi Sidney Rakoff. Don't know when that started, but he comes and maintains them for free and volunteers and helps us. We've got some really wonderful client art we want to show you, some amazingly talented folks, and our art therapist Sharon is going to help you out with it. Shannon is going to help you out with that.
Everyone wants to be heard, to know that they matter to others. For those struggling with mental illness and addiction, they often feel unheard and forgotten. Melissa wrote a blog to express her experience in recovery. For her, the thought of having her story out there was really scary, but she wanted to do it to help people. Many of our clients connect with others through art. Ernie uses art to forge positive connections with staff. He's diagnosed with schizophrenia, and which is characterized by hearing or seeing things that others don't, paranoia, and poor motivation. These symptoms make positive social interaction difficult. In our partial hospitalization program, people with schizophrenia, other mental illnesses, and addiction learn daily living skills that many of us take for granted. Building these skills and interacting with others in a positive way helps people stay in the community, helps families, and helps save the state a lot of money each year. Art is used in our PHP program to teach people positive coping skills. This person said, "Art calms me down and is relaxing." He's had temper problems in the past, but has learned to manage his emotions through art. Many clients have spent time in prison or have been recently released. Our assertive community treatment program, clients receive intensive assistance reintegrating into the community with a great success rate. This person created a drawing of prison with a hopeful Bible passage at the top and said that it reminds her of her time there. Art making offers positive support and a source of happiness. For this person, making art is therapy, a way of escaping from problems instead of using alcohol or drugs. He made this image for his fellow clients to remind them that life is great and don't waste it. This next person's symptoms of schizophrenia often keep her from leaving her home. She uses art to express herself and to bring some of the outdoors in. She titled this image, "Wake Up Baby, It's Spring." Roderick would like to make a living making art. For him, it's a good way of expressing his experiences and beliefs to others, and he hopes for unity in Cleveland between all races and takes great pride in being an African American. This next person said that the crying angel he created is praying for people with AIDS, and this was framed by Spectrum of Supportive Services Framing Shop. He turned to art after his stroke because he said, "Life is precious, and I wanted to use my talents." Recovery Resources recently affiliated with Spectrum, which allows us a resource for framing client artwork that was not possible before. This person used collage to explore her past and present experiences with drug and alcohol addiction and mental illness, and to visualize future goals like being with her children again, marriage, and happiness. Frank says that he sees something that captures his attention and needs to make art. Art plays with his mind a little bit, and in this image of two women, Frank got a sense of camaraderie, friendship, and joy. He said making artwork helps him to express himself. It's kind of an elating thing that he gets a sense of satisfaction and pride from. Vincent said that he sees life through the lens of a camera. He says, my life went from the cross part in the photo to the dark spaces. You can use the stairs to climb up or down, and right now I'm climbing up. This building is dead and reminds me of being on life support. Art therapy is a recent addition to our intensive outpatient program. In Women's Trauma Group, making art helps clients gain a sense of control and mastery over the emotional pain of trauma. Here, a woman expressed her feelings of rebirth and newfound sense of freedom as she begins to gain understanding and move forward in her recovery. In group, women use art to tell their trauma stories. They find that they are not alone in their pain, and through supporting each other, find that they can heal from pain and become a positive influence for others. This next person, making art on his own, expressed a need for support that went unmet in the past. He said this image was related to his addiction to crack and represented the destructiveness of using drugs. He said, it's almost oppressive and soul-sucking. Now I know it's more of a disease. I need people to talk to, people to support me. As people move forward in their recovery, support helps each person gain a healthier future. After an intense discussion of abuse, women came together to engage with the hopes for the future and self-healing. When one woman struggled to give herself what she needed in her imagery, others stepped in and added things that symbolized hope and encouragement.
One in three people, and I find that an underestimate, is touched in some way in their lives by mental illness or substance abuse, be it their own or family members or loved ones. And that's why we think it's very important for you. And obviously, without state funding, a lot of these artists would not have been able to present the artwork that they have without some of the services we have. We have a budget battle coming up, and I hope that you'll be able to support us by calling the governor, calling your legislators, telling them how much money this ultimately saves in hospital costs, prison costs, and lost productivity, and help keep these artists in business. Thank you very much.
Thank you.